Hello, footies, and welcome in for another episode of Tuesday Club 2.0. Nearly forgot that it was 2.0 there. Tuesday Club 2.0, and with me, as always, we have Homer. Hey, hello, Homer.
Hi, Shaq. Thanks for having us again.
Awesome to have you here. And we also have Neil. Hey, Neil.
Hey guys, good to be on. Thanks.
Gentlemen, I think we have just before we started recording, we started discussing our past week in Ultimate Team, and it doesn't seem like we're very far apart. Our thoughts are, to be fair, I think our thoughts are very consistent with what the community is saying on X at least, and it just is, we'll cover all those details as we go along, but it's just been a grind this past week, hey? How's your week in Ultimate Team, Homer?
Not great, not enjoyable. Get 9 wins again in weekend league. Should be 11, but after winning the games and being in the menu and trying to go back to the main screen, I was disconnected twice. So should be 11, but got 9. But rewards weren't worthwhile from any game mode. Game modes have just been poor. Gameplay's poor. Servers poor. Just it's not been a great week. So I've enjoyed new games coming out to play instead.
Yeah, I think I was wondering about what you were doing over the weekend. You did message us and say all the games you were playing, and I don't blame you. I really don't blame you considering the state the game is currently. But hey, hopefully it just changes itself. What about you, Neil? Yourself? Did you have a better week than Homer and I?
No, not frankly, the short one-word answer could end the show at that. Yeah, fatigued is the way I would word it. I'm a bit fatigued from the game. I'm not like Homer. I don't play any other games. I just play feet. I just play foot. I played my. I think getting put down 2 divisions was sort of a bit down putting as well. Just sort of. I get that everybody goes down to 2 divisions, but you're just playing against the same people again for less rewards. And I know you don't play for rewards as such, but it's as an incentive. So I managed to get back from Division 7 into Division 6 relatively quickly. I've since discovered that you can't get relegated again from Division 6.
Oh,
So it's just fine. I'm okay with that. But I played Champs. I waited till Sunday and I just had a bit of a horrid experience. I think I went 7. I went 4 and let me get my maths right. 4 and 7. I went, and I could have just gave my games away after that. I couldn't be bothered. I just went off,
yeah,
and I thought I'll switch it off. I came back on yesterday for my final 4 games, and I got 4 wins. Bounced back off the bounce, so I finished in 8 wins, which is my 7 and 8 wins is my average. So
yeah,
again, with the way the game's been, and it's been essentially 3 different games over 3 weeks, I've managed to just get 7 and 8 wins. So it seems to just sort of iron itself out to where it should be. But no, it's not been fun. Not online. Friday night is my most enjoyable night at the moment in FIFA, and it's because I'm playing squad battles and I've got my feet up on the couch opposed to sitting up straight, and I've got a beer instead of a water. And I seem happier doing that at the moment. What about
yeah.
yourself?
I must admit, I think I completely hard related to your Friday night situation playing squad battles. I think some of most fun of playing this game right now is when I'm not really competing. I'm playing something like squad battles or I'm trying to do some objectives or evos and things like that. And I'm not really caring about the actual outcome. I have a great time on this game. And it's really, I think it's just something about the gameplay. I think one of the things about this week is, yeah, I didn't like the fact that we were dropped down 2 divisions. Fair enough, we are, and it just feels really hard to get playing with the same people. Exactly as you said, the same people you were playing in the previous division with lower rewards. It's just kind of off-putting, and I'm really annoyed that once we go to Division 6, you can't relegate because I think that was the thing that they changed. This I thought they changed that this season, but clearly not. So I'm at the cusp of Div 6. So I'm at the Div 7, Div 6. I'm just about, I think, 2 wins away from Div 6. And I think I'll just hold off for a little while because, but I did play Champs though. Wasn't Champs supposed to be only for,
They made a exception for this week, though. So because of
oh,
the relegation, they made an exception that Div 7 would be champs qualified this week. Don't know if it's still going to be next week, but this week they made an
Yeah, some
exception.
people
Just
had. Yeah,
damn,
some people had got their points for champs and were put back in Division 7. So they
damn.
had made that exception. Whether it's a mistake or not, as we'll go on to discuss, one of their many mistakes this week, I don't know.
That's right. Well, I think it's second week running. I think I got a message from Dan late in Sunday night, early Monday morning, my time. And Dan Wimby from the Discord backed, I think he backed to Schneider and Words from his rewards. And I thought, Schneider, the hero, the special Scream hero, and Words tradable, both were tradable. I thought, oh, geez, that's 600K that he's just scored from one pack. But and he said, just play champs, man. Just go to 6. Jumped to the champs, and I hated every single game. I ended up on 8 wins, which is my traditional whatever. Exactly like as Neil said, I just end up at that same spot. Hail, maybe 7, maybe 8, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't an enjoyable experience at all. I really hated every single game. Towards the end, like Neil, towards the end, I just switched to a 3-5-2. I thought, you know what, screw it. I was on 5 or 6 wins. I thought, let me just change my formation. I don't really care. And yeah, I think the last 2 or 3 games, I just won them on the bounce because I just didn't care enough. And the game, let's just quickly move into the gameplay thoughts. Gents, what is happening with this gameplay? I think, firstly, I was trying to get used to the gameplay the way it was. Then the gameplay got shifted. And personally, I've shared this. I'm too scared to admit it with you too. I did enjoy the game for a little while there after the patch. I know you both didn't really enjoy the game at that point in time, but I thought it was slightly, I was starting to get comfortable. And then they threw another patch in that changed the R1 and whatever it changed. And since then, the game's just felt weird. Like the R1 dribbling, yeah, it seems to work for a lot of people because a lot of people keep using it against me. But the game just feels weird. The connectivity feels weird. I don't think I've had a simple, smooth gameplay in a long time. What about you guys?
Do we go first, Neil?
Go for
Oh,
it,
you
Neil.
got mate. I'm all ears.
Connectivity's been poor. And I think you said last week, Shaq, about the gaslighting. I've been checking my connectivity and it's still 99. There's still no packet loss. But I noticed this week that unstable connection bar just constantly blinkering. Like I said to you before we came on, that the amount of times that I press pass and I've waited for the pass to go to my next guy, and it's like that there's an input delay because the guy that I've made the pass starts spinning around to try to hit 360 passes, and it's just mental the amount of stuff that's going on. But then I said prior that in other pods that since this patch, and I know everybody keeps going on, it's RBR1's thing. Like I said, that wasn't my main gripe. It was the passing, it was the running. They've tweaked too many things all at one time. We all said kickoffs, corners, jockey, fix that. We could live with it. I said passes. They've went with this whole. It's more input responsive. It's more manual, and I'm finding it's really not. It's nowhere near what I'm putting in at all. I've done wee tests offline, online. Passes are going straight. Like you be passing it straight as an arrow. I even use guiding pass like the L1, so you've got the arrow showing you the line coming on the pitch, and it shows you the direct line to the player. The ball's still going left and right, and you're like, well, if this is matching my input and my input showing you that I'm putting that ball pin on that guy's feet, why is it going away from them? Like, so it's just, it's not been good at all. And I don't know if the live tuning, they've done more than what they've said, or we all know this. Frostbite isn't an engine designed for football games nor sports games. It was designed for first person shooting. So it's never going to be great from that starting point. The code is since FIFA 14, and it's just dumped upon and dumped upon. And I've been lucky enough to
Say that
speak to
every
some of
year,
the
yeah.
developers, and they all say that there's code in there that they don't know what the code is. They've touched it, and it breaks the game, so they put it back straight back in, and they don't know what it's doing. And there's a few of them that says there's certain code that interacts badly with other code, and I think it's about time that they really just pull the plug on Frostbite, rebuild an engine that's designed for sports games, and then just rebuild this code from scratch. Get rid of this old code that they don't know what it does, causes issues and everything else, and hopefully give us a better game. But I mean, you could go on for ages with the list of problems. That
What about you, Neil?
Yeah.
Same issues?
We spent a chunk of our pod last week talking about the patch, and Archum and John spent 3/4 of our pod talking about the patch, and nobody's got a definitive take on it of what it's done to the game. We don't know what it's done, but it's done something. I mean, I feel the game's even different from last week.
Yeah.
The passing's deaf. But I have massive connectivity, I noticed as well, as you say. I actually plugged my controller in and changed my USB setting to uh, wired up, because that can make a difference, but it didn't seem to make any difference. For that delay passing, it seems to just choose for the simplest the passes. You end up in trouble. You can make a pass and it will choose to pass it to a more difficult player or somebody not even near you. And the most infuriating thing is when you go to pass to somebody and there's another player offside, it will straight away go and pass it straight to the offside player, and it happens all the time. And it's just not fun. I don't know where to take it. The code thing comes up every year. They seem to just layer code on code. It's the same. It's the same chat. It's almost as if can they not take a year out as such? But what another game has famously done, but to strip it back and start again. I don't know. Every game is starting to feel the same game every year because it's. We've had our gripes about the patch, as we said. Kickoffs needed fixed, corners needed fixed, and a slight buff to jockeying was required. I packed 96 pace Aloy ran last week. I put it in the chat. It's a great pull, 500k pull, fantastic. Stuck him up as a striker. He's as well having 70 pace. It's not there. There's other players as well. Nico Williams is the same. He's got his rapid plus, and defenders are just catching him and taking the ball off them. It's frustrating. It's a frustrating game.
There is something that's happened where it just feels gluggy, where players don't really get off the mark regardless of which player you're using. And one of the other things I just noticed, firstly, going back to Homer's point, just as before I forget, a lot of people on the Discord have said exactly what you're saying with regards to passing as well. A lot of people are finding that the passes are not going to the intended target, and that's probably what is causing an underlying frustration with the game right now, because it doesn't feel like you're fully in control, and that itself is frustrating because we just need those inputs to work the way we're expecting them to work. Another really interesting take that I saw online from Boris Legend. Boris, I don't know if you guys follow Boris online, but he's probably one of my content creators that I really enjoy watching. And he summarized some of the issues, and he said the biggest issue right now is with FCIQ. He believes that FCIQ is not working the way it is supposed to. Well, it's expected to work. And some of the examples he gave, I've sat back and thought to myself, that's probably true, because one of the things he highlighted was the fact that when you have RMs and LMs on inside forward, it doesn't work like last year, even simple things like that, because players will make similar kind of runs. Advanced forwards are not making the same kind of runs that they used to last year, because I've been using my Rashford evolution on advanced forward this whole weekend league. And I was playing a 4-5-1, and he was literally playing along with my three midfielders most of the time. He was supposed to be up top. I just didn't understand why he was dropping back. And I replaced that with another striker thinking it could be a Rashford problem. They were doing exactly that. I didn't understand what was happening because I'm not pulling them back. There was no need for Rashford to get involved in the play. I wasn't putting on versatile. I was just putting on advanced forward attack. That's the sort of thing that never used to happen last year. And it's just the game IQ just feels a bit off. Yes, Neil.
Agree. And I think L1 trigger runs aren't the same as what they have been either. And that even compared to pre-patch, you could spam L1 quite a bit. You could send people on runs and they just keep running and their defenders would drop back. You'd create a bit of space. Now they're just doing an L1 run and they're stopping as soon as they're getting to offside and they're starting to run back. You can press it 2 or 3 times and it's not doing. You're not saying players aren't doing what you're asking them to do in that sense. They're running a bit, stopping, coming back, and it's so frustrating.
I was thinking of what Homer said last week, and Homer complained about this exact same thing last week, and I tried it this time around. I tried to see it, and exactly what Homer said was happening, and what you're saying, Neil, the players just seem to turn back as soon as they go to a certain spot. Again, I'm not a pro, but I tried. You know, you can manually trigger runs with right stick.
L1.
No, there's another way to do it. Like
So-
you push
so
the
when you
right
hit
stick.
L1, if you use the right stick, you can
Angle.
change the angle. So you'll see green arrows pop on
Yep.
the pitch, and it'll show you where that player's going to start running. But
I was trying to achieve what you were thinking of, but sending the player not forward, but diagonally. But the problem was the defender was not tracking that run, which is a good thing in a way. But the bad thing was the fact that I'm not getting that space. I'm getting the same fullback that's in front of me. So it just wasn't achieving what I was trying to achieve. And as soon as I make the pass, it doesn't go to that last play. The defender intercepts it because the defender is not moved. And I was finding it really frustrating, thinking, how do I do this better? So I think the only option I had was trying to figure out player locking. And that's something that's a conversation I really want to have. Do you guys play a lock at all?
No.
Omar, Neil? No?
I try to. It's one of the things that, as an older person with hands that are crippled, I struggle with the whole speed of trying to do a million one things with the controller. So I can do it sometimes. I keep practicing in squad battles, but the whole speed of trying to get it locked, flick to the person that I want it to be. I find, say, the whole right stick switching is, even as you're just switching players for defending, I still can't get that mastered yet. So it does work to a degree. It is better, but like I said previous weeks, that whole sending your player on the run, they patched that in the patch. Like I said, this is one of my many things with the patch, and everybody kept going back to the R1, RB, but as I was saying, passing, runs, everything was all tailored to it. And you were saying something about Rashford sitting deep. I actually did say on our Discord, I did try something at the weekend because I noticed that I play generally on a high depth. I put it to max depth, and my team kept going back and back and back. And I was like, and they wouldn't press either. So I'm trying to run after their defenders to press them further up the pitch. And on maximum depth, my team was so far back behind the guy that was pressing for me. So then I was having to press the second man and the double tapping it so you get the two extra guys to press. And it just leaves you in all sorts of bad situations. Like I said, since the patch, I could go on and on and on, but there's just mounds of little wee things like that. I said, passing, runs, depth, everything just seems all out. It doesn't seem to be working as it was meant to be.
Yeah, completely agree. I think it's just there's something that's just fundamentally gone backwards within the game, and it's just not working. I think all the some of the parts they probably fixed something, but some of the parts have been screwed up. So in the sense, the game it doesn't feel, even though they probably honestly only addressed a few things that they said they've addressed, but the underlying code has probably changed more things than they've expected, and it's really hard to test that on a wide scale. I think. I mean, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. They probably would test it in a small group of circle there, and hope for it to work, and it's not worked. And the community, first time in a long time, I think a majority of the community is feeling exactly the same. I can't really see anyone saying, yep, the gameplay is fun or enjoyable. I think a lot of people are complaining about the gameplay, especially on console as well, which all three of us play on console. So it's not better on PC either. So yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're saying about the testing thing there, Shaq.
Yeah.
They've put out a thing in the community. So if you're a playtester, if you're signed up for it, they are now doing a technical playtest, it's called. So whenever new features or patches or whatever are going to be released, they're now taking it out to the actual gamer base. So I've been picked for this round of it. So from the 6th
Tell them what to do then.
From the 6th to the 13th, I believe it is, we're going to get a code on Friday night, I think it is. And then from there, they're going to give us a new patch or whatever.
Okay.
So some people are saying it's the open world thing that's coming. From what I've read and from the few devs that I've managed to talk to over the years, they said it's more of a gameplay thing. It's to test. So if they put out a new patch, it's testing it before it comes out. If it is, it's great because then it goes back to the things that me and John were saying prior to the game coming out. This is all things that we wanted. It's greater transparency. It's better development. And it seems the last month and a half they've fell away from that. So hopefully, as we get to try out patches and say to them, like, here, I know you said you're fixing this, this, and this. However, you have either not fixed this, this, and this, or you have fixed this and this. But like you said, with the coding being so bad, you've somehow messed this up as well. And is it worth all this for what you're giving us? but we'll need to figure it out once it starts running.
That's very interesting. Really interesting. I'm really glad that firstly, people like you are chosen to do the testing. And secondly, I'm glad it's not a stupid open world test that's going on. Neil.
What are these guys testing on? Are they testing in amazing full strength internet speeds and stuff like that, and servers that are plugged in next door to them and stuff? Is that what it's getting tested on at the moment? That's what it feels like, because the stuff isn't working, is it?
I
Depends
think
who's testing it, where it's been tested. To be honest, like I said, I've been lucky to test quite a lot of games over the years for a lot of different developers. Sometimes it's guys like us, just in their houses. Sometimes it's you get invited to Guildford in England, but then you're sitting in a perfect server room, basically on a PC
Yeah.
or a console. Sometimes it's in studio, so again, it's better that beside the servers, everything else, but it just depends on what testing they're doing. So it looks like they're moving away from the in studio and going more out.
I think every time we talk about connectivity and the issues, one of the persons that pops up in my head every single time this conversation comes up is John, our good old champion John, who's the foot coaching. And one of the things that he always mentions is he never feels any delay or latency or any issues with his connectivity. And he explains why. He explains it's simply because he's got a dedicated line that connects straight to his office, or it connects to his console and his gaming setup that is uninterrupted just for him. That's a completely separate dedicated line, and he's never had any issues. Again, a regular gamer may not have access to that or the need to do. Well, the need is there, but I don't think the ends justify the means for that particular option. But it is available. But essentially, not many people are doing that dedicated line. So we're all using internet that half the family is using. But even though I think all of us are connected to the Ethernet cable for our console, so we're trying to eradicate some of the issues, but there is still delay. Regardless of anything, we still experience delay, and that does our heads in.
Agreed.
Because I really don't know how we can fix it. But going back to Homer's point of being a tester, I'm really excited for someone like you to be the tester. I know it might be confidential. You might be signing some non-disclosure and things like that, which is great. But I'm glad that they're reaching out to the wider community and people like yourself, which will really make a difference, I think. So it's a good on you. At least they're trying to do something right. Whether they executed the way we expect them to, but at least they're trying step in the right direction. And I'm really glad it's not this stupid open world, because I don't know if you fellas have played NBA 2K at all.
I've played it whenever it comes on Game Pass. Basketball's not one of my favourite sports, to be honest. I liked it when I was younger, but it's not something that I really keep a close eye on these days. But when games like that and Madden come up on the Game Pass, I do generally download it, play for a couple of weeks, see what it's like. But I know
Same.
exactly what you're going to say.
I love NBA. I love watching NBA. I love playing NBA. Whatever. The NBA 2K, I just looked at it this year, and I played it for a while just before FC 26 came out. I played it for a while and thought to myself, why isn't this there in FIFA? Not because I want it, but because it's such an easy cash cow. It is such an easy cash cow. Literally, Neil, you're just driving from one place to another. You're just walking from one place to another. There's stores on the side that you buy jerseys, or you buy all these extra things just to make your character look cool. And every single one of them, you pay money for. $10 here, $5 there, $15 there. And I was going to play for a couple of weeks, and I got tempted to put in some money just to get my accessories.
It's not much different from FIFA then, is it? It's just asking for your money all the time, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, they're asking for stuff that's non-game related, in the sense you don't need to do it. So you don't have that pressure that, oh, I need to screw this game. I'm not going to get this done. It's cosmetic. So when it's cosmetic, it just feel like, I have this money. It's a hobby. It's all right. And that's how they get you. And it's really good. So I'm not going to be surprised once it comes into FC. My concern is if it comes into FC, and they mix Ultimate Team with Pro Clubs, with all these sorts of game modes into one. Yeah, it's a fundamental change to the way I know this game, and it might be, well, I don't know, it could be a good thing for some of the generational gamers that are coming through, but yeah, not for me. I think I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
Anyways, gentlemen, moving on slightly, I think we'll just go on from the gameplay, because I think we could be here forever and just talk about how dire it is right now, but hopefully things change and things are on the uptick. Let's quickly touch through content. What did you think about the Scream promo? I know we don't really cover content as much, but I'm really curious to know your thoughts on what you think about the Scream promo, just the kind of cards available to us, the access we have to cards and SBCs. What are your thoughts? Just an overall thoughts. If you could just pick out some sort of cards that you've enjoyed from the Scream promo, just the concept of that card. Happy to share that as well. Homer, would you like to start?
I'm glad Scream's back. It was one of my favourite promos from back in the day. So, and it's nice that the cards get that wee boost and everything. Um, it's been okay. It's not been amazing either. There's a few cards that I like, especially from Team Two. Wimby packed one of them being Schneider, but
Yeah.
good, but it's not amazing. It's made the power cover a little bit stronger, but it hasn't really floated my boat at all.
Yeah, none of the SBCs as well floated your boat. Nothing that stood out to
No,
you.
I dodged Pogba. I've dodged Rashford. I did look at Lukaku because I'm running pretty much a Serie A and the English Women's Super League hybrid. So I looked at Lukaku, but I struggle to get on with the big players this year. So I thought I'd just dodge them, save my cards.
I just saw an Evo for Lukaku, that SBC Lukaku. If you put him in an Evo that gives him technical plus, it could be worth a shot. But again, I think the issue is I'm not really sure if you do that, if the upgrades will work for the next week or so. So that's the risk you have to take. But it's worth looking into at least because he's got interlinks as well from his past. So
Yeah.
you could consider that. Neil, what do you think about the Screen promo?
It's not. I've got it up. I'm looking at one of my screen. I'm looking at my screen just now with Team Two in it, and I mean, I myself packed Mariona, who appears to be one of the, if not the highest rated, not behind Dembele. So I packed her this week, and last week I packed Al Wyran. So I've done okay out of the promo itself. I also packed Pulisic from a gold 2 players pack, which is really strange. And his price is really he's not tradable, I might add, but it's just, they made a mess this week with the Team Two. Didn't they? Managed to put 99 stats on
Yeah,
all of the players that came out. So Dybala had 99 pace, Pulisic had 99 pace. I think Mariona had 99 pace.
that's right.
People were getting these cards tradable, punting them for massive amount of money, higher than what they're worth, and then they just decided to pull the plug on it and say, we made a mistake, we'll cancel that, and prices plummeted on these cards. I've only used Mariona once. I've not really used her. There's not really, apart from I'll tell you what, the heroes, all the heroes look, even Lundberg, who's the cheapest at even 46k or something like that. All the heroes look usable, like more than usable. They look like really good players. Futre looks absolutely class. Snyder looks
Oh
good. Matuidi, Toure, Marquisio are got to be 3 of the best midfielders in the game. The heroes have done great on, but Rashford SVC for me is overpriced.
Yeah,
If it never had the Evo, I would maybe consider it. But you can take his base Evo and put him in an 84 rated and give him similar stats. Or you could have gave him the Game Changer plus Evo from one of the
yep.
season pass. And arguably you'd have a better player there. So Rashford for me overpriced. Pogba probably more reasonably priced, a little cheaper. I done him myself. He's put him on my bench, so he's not been as good as I thought it was going to be. So content isn't. There's not many cards in Scream. I would say I'll take Jabal. Looks class. I'm looking at a pack Pulisic. I've not used them yet. I dare say he's good. Quadrado's always get good cards.
Yeah,
At right back or right wing. Frimpong is a right winger in it. I don't know
yeah.
if he can
Well,
play
he
right
plays right
back or
back as
not.
well.
For some reason, João Felix keeps getting cards and he keeps getting good cards. I don't get it.
The link to
Apart from that,
Ronaldo.
is that what
Yeah,
it is?
Yep.
And then apart from that, I'm looking forward to Friday's new promo. I'm kind of screamed
yeah.
out now.
That's fair enough. I mean, just around the mistake around the 99s, I'll just give you an interesting in my land at least. I've been looking to get that Mariana card ever since she got released. Literally, I wanted a Tiki Taka Plus sentiment, and Mariana is an amazing card. I've used her gold card, and I thought, oh, this would be great. And I was monitoring her first thing in the morning, my time. So I was monitoring her. So it was almost midnight your time. I was monitoring her. I was like, yeah, this is great. Her price is falling down. Her price is falling down. And I got busy for 20 minutes because I just was just about to play champs. I just got busy. And I finally made some time just to buy Mariona and just try her out before I get on to my rest of my Saturday things. And went out of the console. Mariona's price went just spiked up like almost 90 or 80K. I just didn't understand what the hell happened. And then I opened up Twitter and it said, oh, the 99 blah, blah, blah had gone up. And I'm really glad that my wife called me for something and I went away and I got busy and I didn't buy Mariana because I thought, oh, I might as well buy a couple of Marianas because she's 99 base. Not many people actually realize that she's gone up 99 base. I didn't realize that. And I just walked away and I just got busy. I was going to buy at least 3 or 4 Marianas at the point in time. Little did we know later on in the afternoon, oh, well, my time afternoon, early morning UK, they just reverted it back and just gave everyone back to normal stats. And all these cards came down crashing, which is disappointing to a certain degree because what if I know a lot of people were buying these cards super expensive, people like me, just to try it out as well, just to try it out and use the cards because it was kind of cool to have a 99 base Mariana. I think EA needs to be a little bit more careful with how they actually run these sorts of things rather than just being
Yeah.
willy-nilly because a lot of people lose a lot of coins over this.
Well,
And
she started
having
to rise again, but she was 300k on Friday night.
That's
She
right.
dropped as low. She dropped as low as 200k. She's now back around the 219, 220 mark. But 80k that's a lot of coins to just lose
Exactly.
because they made a mistake.
Sorry,
Well,
never mind
Dybala.
sorry, never mind the fact
go
that
on.
you've lost coins. There's people that get banned because they listed them in the hype. That people
Yeah.
packed them and goes, oh wow, it's 99. Oh, the card's worth much. Sold it. People were instantly buying it for their max out buyout prices, and then these people have been banned because of EA's mistake. So losing coins is the least of some people's worries when it comes to this.
Yeah, I
It's a
suppose,
horrible
yeah.
mistake. So I hope the people that have been banned really unfairly have some sort of right if people get that fixed because that's shocking.
That's
So
exactly right.
all you're doing is selling a player for what the prices is, isn't it? You're not doing anything wrong.
But
Yeah,
they believe it's coin trading. That's the issue.
that's the issue. That's literally the
Mm.
issue. And I think, to be fair, this particular screen promo, I've tried the second team at least. I've tried most of the cards because the cards fell down really cheap. I just stacked quite a few cards. I bought a Griezmann, I bought a Dybala, I bought a Mariona, I bought a Frimpong. I also bought a Mguemo from Team 1 just to try out all these cards together. I know the prices will go back up, and I just thought I'll just hold on to them for a little while and use them. I've loved every single one of them. Every single one of them has a different.
Who would you asking for some golden advice on the pod? Where would you play Mariona? Out of
Mariona,
curiosity for somebody who has her.
central midfield. She would be your, if you're playing 3 central midfielders, she'd be perfect. Otherwise, if you're playing as a cam, she's a very interesting cam because she can actually defend a little bit as well, even though it doesn't, the stats are not fantastic. She can actually put in the hard yards and get the ball back. So she's a really good cam. She's got a natural position as a cam. Her passing is incredible. She just controls the gameplay. Her shooting, she's like a cheap Patella's cheap Bon Marty. I really enjoyed her tiki taka, especially. So either as cam or a CM would be completely fine. She wouldn't be your defensive holding CM, of course, but yeah, just your box to box CM. Beautiful box to box. She's brilliant in box to box. Griezmann's finesse is beautiful. Dybala is low driven. It's phenomenal. I can't wait I'm just holding on to these cards because I want to try them with the 99 pace. The Dybala with the 99 pace with the, I'm assuming, do you remember if Dybala had the 99 pace as well?
I think so.
I think he
I
did.
might be wrong,
So
but I think he did.
I can't wait to try that guy with low drivens as well. Oh, he's got low driven plus. Frimpong. Okay. Frimpong's a really interesting card. And I used him in a very unique position. I will talk to you in the formation review. And he really actually is class there with the stuff that he brings in. I use him as a right midfielder and a 3-5-2. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'll more about that when we go to formation and review. But I think one of the things discussing these 99 upgrades, the mistakes EA made, EA is back to making those mistakes, and they've done 2 in a row, I think. They did the Evo mistake as well. Did any of you sneak in and try and put one of those Evos like our good old friend Wimby? Wimby did Charlton. got away with
I
it.
had the chance
But
to. I could have put Charlton in it. I looked at it, so I could have done it. I chose not to. Whatever reason being, I found a better player for me that I put in it, but I can come to that. Well, what about you? You got a chance?
I had the chance. No, I didn't do it. Like I said before, I'm saving all my evils for my Rangers squad. I'm trying to get a Rangers team that's actually usable early on in the game this year, and I'm quite close to it so far. So I had the opportunity, but I was like, I don't like chasing the meta, and I quite like my silver icons because we get the silver cup. So I didn't want to affect them for that. So I was like, I can't even remember who I put through that Evo now, but there wasn't any of the icons.
If it's
no,
the
that's fair
Evo,
enough.
if it's Evo, I think it is. I can't remember the name of it. I put Conor Gallagher in it from the season pass. It takes him up to an 86 rated, and it gives him a GG rating of like 89.8 or something like that. On one of the other sites, it just looks a really good, well-rounded card. So that's what I've used it on.
That's a really interesting card because I wanted to get along with him, but I don't know. I just didn't. He's got all the right attributes to be a good card, but it just didn't get along. So yeah, the GG rating does look good. So I did consider that card, but I told myself didn't really enjoy the base version of it. What's the point of upgrading this one? So I don't think I've really decided on who to put in that Evo yet. But hey, I did like the. I don't know if you guys had a look at the Pele in through that Evo. That Pele was for this stage of the game for dirt cheap, sick looking card.
Did
86
Marius
rated
or
Pele.
Ingve put Pele through it as well in our Discord? I think one
Oh,
of the Discord members, it was either Marius or it was Ingve. I think it might be Marius.
40 games to unlock him, is it?
They put Pele.
40 games.
Yeah, they put Pele through the
Yeah,
Evo as
I had
well.
done that.
But
Nice.
no, I'm pretty sure I put my Danilo into that.
Nice.
Just as good as
Nice.
Pele.
Nice. Well, while we're talking about Scream and we're talking about content, what do you guys think about the Scream Cup and the rewards? And are you guys part of it, partaking it, playing it?
I'm at the final stage. I played a couple games last night, got to the final stage. Rewards don't look great, but as I said before, I'm a card collector. I like having a good squad full of cards, and especially the gauntlets. That Izzy looks pretty decent for a backup or in my team. However, as you're saying, mistakes, if you win it, you're locked out for the rest of the day. And you're pretty much left with the having to win every tournament every day to be able to achieve getting all the objectives done or the majority of objectives because it's complete so many out of the list. So big mistake in that sense that everybody's now cracking up that if you win it, you're stuck. So everybody's getting to the final, and I was watching a few streams and a few different things on Twitter where people get into the final, and then whoever's got kickoff is running back, and they're trying to run and claim it off them so they can run back and score and quit, so that they don't get locked out. So it's an absolute mess. Good idea, nice idea, but execution's just terrible. They've really messed that up, and it's the same as
The Benzema one.
yeah, there's just a few of them. The season one excellence, it was a sweat fest for a couple cosmetics. I didn't even try that one. And then what's the other one? The season two World Cup that got to win 5 or score 50 to get the Fred card. I know there's 20 odd days still left on it, but it's just good ideas, bad execution.
He always had good
Yeah.
cards, Fred, didn't he, in previous games? He's always had good cards, but am I rushing to do it? No. Just for clarity, is this a Screamers tournament we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Ultimate Scream Izzy, 85 rated card. I'm never going to use it. Ultimate Screen Champions badge, not interested. 11 times 81. Okay, that's the top rewards for it. I can get a participation badge. I can get an 82 plus gold rare player pack. I can get another 82 rare gold player pack. If I can be bored scoring 10 goals, I can get an 85 to 89 player. That's reasonable, isn't it? For that. Other than that, not a lot. A couple of me power shot. Do I want power shot in any of my players? Don't care. Never going to use it. I'll probably sit this one out. As we discussed last week, it's getting to the point where I'm fatigued a bit with the game in the sense of online, and it's pick and choose what you want to play. An 82 player pack for sweating at a few games, isn't it, for me?
No, it's definitely not worth it. Just as talking as someone who just played the game, I was telling the lads, I just played a game and lost 7-1 against Player of the Month Mbappe and the Pina squad, and it was just like the most frustrating game I've played in a bit. The game has been frustrating, so I just need to take a step back, and it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. So you need to engage with the game some of the way at least. Yeah, it's just not worth it. But hey, I think EA is trying, but the execution doesn't seem to be close enough. But at least they're trying something. Right. Neil, did you have something else to say?
No, sorry, how unload that
That's all right.
hand.
No, no, all good, all good. Well, gents, we've spoken about content, we've spoken about gameplay. I think it's well in time for us to try and talk about formation and review. And I'm extremely excited that we have two 3-back formations that we're going to talk about and dissect. But hey, let's start with the 4-back. Neil, would you like to tell us about your 4-4-1-1 experience?
Really good. So I didn't have a good time in champs, so I decided I really wanted to, I really want to try that. I really want to get enjoy trying this 4-4-2, just a straightforward basic formation, back to basics. Not millions of people use it. It doesn't seem to work for me. I don't get it to click. So I tried the 4-4-1-1. The biggest difference for me, and it's probably similar to the 4-4-2s, I'm using two box to box plus roles in centre mid, and that seems to help keep a defensive structure, which you really need in this game online. I've got Marquisio and I've got my Camaviga Evo playing centre mid, and it seems to work. I'm playing Alwiran as a cam other than a striker because, as I've discussed earlier, pace doesn't seem to matter up front for me at any point. He's a really good dribbler of the ball, and he seems to, despite having no passing play styles, he seems to put a good pass and a through ball through, and it does happen. And I seem to get on better with one striker as well. So there's no magic formula to it. It's just I played my 4 last champs games on it, and I won 4. I went into rivals and I managed to win 2 or 3 on the bounce as well. So I might make 7 games in a row on a 4-4-1-1. Nothing fancy to it. Just basically 2 box to box midfielders. Unfortunately, I've had to put my 2 defenders on, my 2 fullbacks on fullback and defend. Otherwise, I'm just getting crucified down the wings. So it's a really strict, rigid formation. It's nothing fancy, nothing to celebrate, but it's not 4-2-3-1. So I'm happy to play it because I'm so bored of playing the same formation as everybody else. So it's nice to try something different. There's no magic formula to it, as I says. It's just I've got my 2 forwards, my 2 wingers and inside forwards. None of them seem to come inside. We've already discussed this earlier. The only time they'll ever come in, I've got Nico Williams in one wing and Lamine Yamal on the other. Yamal never comes in. Nico Williams will occasionally come in if somebody's down the right wing and the ball gets sort of cut back, and Williams will be in to finish it. But the inside forwards are totally different from it was last year.
Yeah, and the funny thing, those 2 wingers that you mentioned both have inside forward plus. That's the thing that's more frustrating is they both have plus on them, and I can see I use both of them this weekend as well. They just stay wide unless I think Nico comes in. Nico comes in every now and then, but with Yamal, I don't know if it's what it is. He just doesn't want to come in. He stays in that area, and I think a lot of people. This is why a lot of people spam the R1 because from that wing area, if you want to cut in, if you cut in with using the R1, it just gives you a little bit more of control with the ball. But it just it's weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Well, one of the I think next week you can try. I've seen a lot of people online this week talking about how they shifted from the 4-4-1-1 to the 4-1-4-1. So that could be your next evolution. You could try and see from the 4-4-1-1, get more defensive solidity with the CDM and then sort of a cam, and then try that to see how that goes. That's a really good bridge to the 4-5-1 as well. So I'm keen to try that at some point, the 4-1-4-1. So I'll let you know how I go with that. But thanks for that. Homer, you've got a 3-back formation. Give it to me.
I do indeed. I went 3-4-3 with the 2 wingers for a couple games. Just like let everybody sit and flood in the midfield, and then I do play the 4-4-2 normally, so I have the 2 strikers up front. But I just felt with everybody running with one striker, having 4 at the back just felt a bit redundant. So I went 3-4-3, just try to give myself as many people in midfield, little as back, and as many as up front as possible. So I play, like I said, I went full depth with it as well. Went all out just to try and push my team forward. Depth didn't really seem to matter because they still came back quite a bit, but I play very progressively. So my keeper's on ball playing keeper. My 2 wider centre backs are on wide back, so they move out wide. The central defender is on defend. I have my left centre mid is deep line playmaker defend, just for that sort of stability. My right centre mid is box to box. My 2 wide players are wingers, balanced, because there's no real other good wide
No.
um, role that gives you that sort of stability, that one, they'll stay wide, but 2, they can sort of come back as well. I think wide playmaker is another one that sort of it's okay, but it doesn't give you the best of
Okay.
both worlds job. My 2 wingers, I just kept on winger as well, but I use them as winger attack, and then my forward was advanced forwards attack. It was the aim of just to get forward, get as many people forward, try and over counteract the whole everybody sitting back with their numbers and having an extra 2 players sitting back doing nothing.
Mm.
It really needs a bit of tweaking, but it could be fun in the long run. But you do see a amount of
That's
people sweat when you've got numbers sitting up there and like, oh, so you just see the long ball just spammed over the top of you. But as I said, a bit of tweaking, it could be a really fun formation.
Yeah, I think I'll go into 3-back formation as well. I'm not sure if you've actually experienced this, but when someone figures out the 3-back formations, for example, I've come up against a 4-2-1-3 with a 3-back formation that I'm playing, and they're playing a 4-2-1-3 with those 3 forwards, and if they have those quick passing and the quick moves, it becomes extremely hard to actually read what they're going to do. And I found though that's the one way that I get completely decimated by having 3 centre backs. But every other formation, you feel a lot more in control. If you've got to focus a little bit, and that also will be in the front foot. But yeah, it's I'm really enjoying the variety. It's just being different. It's just being different because I think everyone plays the same way. Everyone expects the same game. Just being different. If you can get that advantage, if you get that advantage within the first few minutes, you sort it. You sort it. But on the other hand, if the other person figures it out and starts to override you, yeah, you're lost. There's not much you can do. So I think I'll just quickly run down my formation as well. 3 at the back, 3-5-2. Nothing extremely special apart from my wide players, the 2 RM and LM. I tried one fullback and one traditional winger. Didn't really kind of work, not really. Then I finally, like I said, I bought Frimpong. So I put Frimpong as an RM. I put Ferland Mendy evolution card as LM, who's got whip pass. That whip pass is extremely key for me. And I've got someone who's pacey on the right, someone who's kind of pacey on the left with a whip pass that can just give me a really good out ball if I ever get stuck, just to get the ball to the other side of the pitch. And then you have 2 CDMs that kind of are really well-rounded CDMs. I had Reindeers and Camavinga. That's fine, doesn't really matter. But then I had Mariona as my cam, and then 2 strikers, both an advanced forward advanced forwards attack. And I just was putting the pressure on the opposition because I had a high depth counter attack as well, and I just was putting a lot of pressure on my opponents. And some of the games, literally, as soon as you start to get going, they can't reach you, and it's a high scoring game. You score 3, 4, 5 goals in quick succession because you just don't understand the patterns of play. It just seems very different because every now and then, if you have like a whip pass that comes from the left, they're trying to stop those whip passes before you know it. Someone from the midfield will start creating something, and it's just the variety. There's a huge amount of variety. I think just having the wingers with pace and solidity as well, like a Frimpong, really made a huge difference to this formation for me. So, if you want to give it a go, I think it's definitely worth a shot. I mean, look, I didn't end up with anything better than I normally would, so it won't give you more wins, but it just made me enjoy the game a tad bit for more. So it's definitely worth a shot. Give it
It's
a
the
go.
fun that
I
matters,
will
though, isn't it, Shaq? So if you have more fun,
exactly
if you have more fun playing it, then it's a win for you.
exactly what I tell myself. Exactly. Right. Let's quickly move on to player in review. Neil, I think you have a very interesting player that Homo would like to try again, but yeah, go on.
just before, so back to content necessity. Before I
Yeah,
so I'll get
yeah.
I'll get onto the context of why I'm reviewing this player. Did anybody do the icon pick out of interest? No, the
I
icon
did.
did.
SBC.
The
I
88 one,
did.
Just
I did.
what I did it as well. So before a player review, I just want to know who he's got, and I can tell you who I got, and then I'll go into why I'm reviewing the player.
Sure. I got Shevchenko.
Oh, nice. You using him?
I tried him a couple of games. He's pretty good. I just need to change the way I play. But yeah, I'm going to squeeze him into this 3-5-2 of mine.
It's a good pick. What about yourself? What would you pick?
Do I need to tell you? I got Roy Keane.
Oh, no.
Oh,
So
He's usable. He's a usable card.
he is somewhere in the deep never realms of the banished squad. He joined. He's on the
into
ban
an
list.
SBC already.
Not an SBC. He's in the club. He's in the bomb squad somewhere. Which is very apt because we're going to Edinburgh this week for the FUT IN review meetup. I'm going to be picking up my Clyde top that's signed by the team that beat Roy Keane on his debut for Celtic. So hopefully won't be next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday in the background you'll see a lovely signed top. But
I remember that game.
No, I don't think the FIFA gods like me because using the points that we got, I opened that 1,500 pack and I got the Scream Freddie Lundberg, another Celtic ex-player, so he's in the banished realm as well. So the less said, the better.
So
sucks.
I did my con pick. I thought 88, and I thought it was a good value SBC for a max 88 because there's some players in there a lot of usable players. I managed to get Xabi Alonso, who I class as one of the unusable ones at the moment. I don't know if he is usable, to be honest, but 71 pace, and I was a bit thought, I'm not really happy with this. So I did my hero SBC max 88 again. Thought I'll give that another crack. So I packed Diego Milito. And again, I looked at it and I thought, I fancied him at the start of the game because he had low driven plus that wasn't Claudia Pina. So I thought, oh, no, I'll give him a shot. He's scored 34 goals in 18 games. He's scored for me. Striker, advanced forward plus. When I'll get the stat, he's got low driven plus. He's got finesse shot, precision header, chip shot, first touch. He's 89 shooting. Even putting a hunter on him, he's fully lengthy, so he stays lengthy. And as I stated earlier, for me, pace up front doesn't seem to. Strikers aren't sprinting away from defenders in the game since the patch. It's back to the old way where defenders are getting more pace and catching them. So if you can get the ball to Milito in the shot, if you can get a quick touch away and a first touch shot, he's scoring more than he's missing. I'm using precision shooting, and his movement seems to be good, but his finishing, finesse, just your normal shoot button, and the low driven plus is class. And 47k he's going for, not expensive. I could have reviewed dearer players. I'm trying to review players that are affordable and accessible. So he's got 4-star weak foot. He's a great option to try as a striker if anybody's looking to try a different type of striker that not many players use. I really like him. I'm trying him and I'm using him. So I recommend him. He's a good player to use. If anybody wants to try him.
Amazing shot there. Amazing shot. I think low driven plus on Milito was something that I initially thought of when I saw his card. I thought, same thing as you. It's a low driven plus. That's not a Pina, so worth a shot. And I haven't really tried him yet. So thanks for that review. I will give him a go at some point in time. These are the kind of cards that when you pack them, we're not really sure how to feel. Like even Shevchenko, he's got power shot plus. We just don't know how to feel. But then you give them a go, especially at this time of the game. It's just some fun. And if there's a connection with those players, like Shevchenko is a player that I kind of like growing up. So I will try and stick with him for a little while because he will be useful for the next maybe fortnight or 3 weeks or so. So I want to give him a shot. Same with Milito. He's someone
Milito was he was a class striker back in the 2010s period. He was great. He was a really good player to watch. So it was one I wanted to try out.
So worth a shot. Well, my player in review, for anyone that's heard me speak about my FC or FIFA fandom, there's only one card that always gets my juices flowing, and the one card has always been Neymar. Every single year, I've always wanted to get the best version of Neymar. That's the whole reason I got into trading, just to be able to afford the best version of Neymar every year. And every year, I've been successful in getting the best version of Neymar. until FC26, where we don't have a Neymar in the game, and that really bugs me every single day. But along comes, let's not remember the club he plays for. Couldn't care less. Along comes Ryan Shirky, 5-star, 5-star. And I used him at the start of the game, 78 pace, didn't really bother. He was really good on the dribble. And there was an Evo that came out, the Flash Evo, I think Adama, Flash like Adama or something along those lines. And I saw some things on X that spoke about Shirky. And I just did all those things and thought, yeah, he should be good fun. I'll use him for a little while. And I'm so glad I did the Evo because this man moves. He moves. His Trickster Plus is just next level. He's got 91 pace. He just glides through the pitch. I think the pace addition is unnecessary, but the pace is there. You can use him now easily on the wing. You can use him as cam. I think on the wing, it just gives you that freedom to do whatever the hell you want to do. So he comes on as a sub for me for Frimpong on the right side, and he just destroys everyone just because I'm not a bad dribbler, but I'm not a great dribbler. But I like to dribble. I like using the Trickster Plus. I just glide through, and especially when you're slightly in the lead, if I'm 2-1 or 3-1, and you bring this guy on, the opposition is just getting frustrated trying to stop him, and you just keep gliding through people. And his close control, I've really enjoyed his close control. He's got 80 shooting with I think 86 shot power. Doesn't matter. Most of his shots seem to go in. His passing is phenomenal. His low center of gravity is amazing. And I think 5-star, 5-star is amazing at any stage of the game. But this stage of the game, it's brilliant. So I'm really thoroughly enjoying Ryan Shirky. And if anyone else has done the done the evolution, join in and let us know on the Discord on how you feel, because I am really enjoying this card. And there's always a card that you fall in love with. And this is a card that I've genuinely fallen in love with. And really hoping to incorporate him in every single squad I go from here on in. So have you guys
cool,
used
cool.
Shirky at all?
No.
No.
Didn't
Oh,
I
if you
put
like
Nicholas
dribbling.
Pepe in it. Put Nicholas Pepe in that Evo because I
Ooh.
liked that card at the start of the game. But I'm not using them. I just upgraded them for the sheer sake of doing it, to be honest.
One guy in Champs destroyed me with that Nicholas Pepe card, the one with the upgrade.
Maybe I will use them.
So. Yeah, it was unstoppable. Well, anyway, that's my review, and I just want to finish this podcast and go back and try Shirky again after talking about him for a few minutes. So, lastly, before the end of the pod, I have a question for you. This is a question that's come in the Discord. That's more Premier League centric. So I'll give you the question and then I'll twist it for you guys as well. So
just out of curiosity, doesn't Homer get a player in review?
Well, Homer said he wasn't. Sorry, you're quite right. Did you have a play?
I've put you in the spot. Really. Very sorry.
No, sorry. Like I said, the players that I did pack, I didn't use. That I did put Oliver Ant-Man that plays for Rangers into that Dama Evo, and he is really enjoyable. But pack wise, there's nobody I'd shout home about, to be honest.
I think we'll be keen on Ant-Man review next week, because Ant-Man had a team of the season card last year, didn't he?
He did indeed, yep.
Yeah,
he'll not be getting one this season.
Yeah, hell yes. I'm too scared to admit to you guys that I used a Celtic kit for most of FC25. Too scared to mention it, but I've already did. So it wasn't by design. It was I just used a Celtic kit through FC25 the whole year. I don't know why.
I'm joking.
Now, going back to the Discord, we've got a question for you guys, and this is a more Premier League focus, but I'll twist it across to you guys as well. This is a question mainly directed to me, but I'm happy to get your thoughts as well. Would you rather City get found guilty, relegated, and stripped of the titles, or Liverpool never win a trophy again? Any thoughts, Homer?
So Man United would be my English club. So, but my wee man, he supports Liverpool because all his friends do, and so does his uncle, and it's cooler to support Liverpool where we stay in Northern Ireland. So for him, I'd go with the City to strip them the titles. Though, as a club that's been through administrative issues in the past, I feel a bit harsh saying that as well, because the players on the pitch won them, not the money side of it. So if I had to pick one, I'd say City, but neutrally I'd say neither.
That's fair. Neil, what about you?
Oh, I don't know. So I'm a Bolton Wanderers English supporter, so I don't really have faith on it. For the Man City thing, they'll never get found guilty because they've got endless amounts of money to keep putting it off, haven't they? So that will never come to fruition. But no, I don't really have a preference. Liverpool aren't going to win the league this year, I would say. So, but never would I be happy about it? I don't really care one way or another. To put it frank.
You guys will completely understand where I'm coming from because I'm just a bit of fan, and most of my close mates are Liverpool fans. So I would love for Liverpool never to win a trophy again, so I could just be the ascendant, be the dominant one in our friendship group. Because all through growing up, I was being a United fan, they were Liverpool fans, and it just felt like I was walking on air, and now I'm just walking on eggshells around them. So I want to go back to my traditional way of feeling. So yeah, I would rather Liverpool never win a trophy again. Just quickly, just to give you a quick Rangers and Celtic vibe. This is a question. Let's give it to you guys. Would you rather Rangers win the Champions League and Celtic win 10 Scottish Premierships in a row, or the other way around?
Oh, it's a hard one. 10 in a row is the big thing. I don't know, because Champions League would get us on par with them when it comes to the European Cup.
That's
But
right.
then
That's
they
why.
break the 9 and get the 10. I don't know. I couldn't pick one, to be honest.
Yeah, same. Don't know.
Would you want to be on
Reality is,
would you want to be on par with them with the Champions League?
That would be nice, but I wouldn't like them to have the 10 to get it either.
Ah,
That's the thing. Like, I would never want to win something if it meant they got something over us either.
fair enough.
I couldn't pick one, to be honest.
no,
Fair
it's
enough.
difficult. It's been weird since both have been on 9 in relatively recent times, and both bottled 10 more than lost. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is a big thing. It's a big thing.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Thanks for that, gents. I just wanted to humour Nathan from the Discord who just threw in the question about Liverpool and Man City. And straight away I thought, let me just try and make it a Old Firm Derby sort of flavour towards this question. And yeah, perfect people that I would ask the question to. Well, gents, I think we'll leave it there. Everyone knows where we are with the game. And hopefully, next week we come back and we just say that we are completely in love with the game. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to feeling in love with the game. This is why using cards like Shirky or whatever card or whatever formation that works for you is more important than trying to go for any wins because, yeah, the game is not worth your mental stress. Neil.
Judging by what's happening at the weekend, instead of player in review, it will probably be beer in review, I'd imagine.
Whoa! Yes,
Let's see.
definitely. I think there's for anyone in Scotland, there's going to be a Edinburgh meet and greet with the Foot and Review staff, and John's flying down all the way from Amsterdam to meet everyone. So I'm really looking forward to some pictures on that. So yeah, we can get a rundown next week and all the fun things that happen. So it'd be great. Look, just share the pictures in the Discord, share the pictures in the Foot and Review, the Tuesday Club 2.0 group. Yeah, I'd love to see that. And I'm really looking forward to that. Any final thoughts, Homer, Neil?
Nope.
Try and have fun, as I said last week.
That's it. Let's just try and have fun. Let's not try and be bitter about it. Let's just enjoy the game. Well, in that case, there's only one thing left to do, Homer.
Drop it.
Excellent, Neil.
Drop it.
And I'm going to drop it.